Hello. This video feels highly vulnerable, but I know I would not have been able to get through this journey if I didn't have so many women in my life that had been through it that were able to give me some word of advice to make me feel less alone. But I know not everybody has that, so I wanted to document this for anybody else that may be curious about freezing their eggs and what the whole cycle consists of. Obviously, every person is going to be completely different, so your experience might look a little bit differently than this, but I just went through this journey. I'm a couple of days post retrieval, and looking back at everything it took for the little more than a week that it did, as hard as this whole process was, I would do it again, because for me this decision is one I was thinking about for a couple of years. It's one that did not come lightly, but one I did for a plethora of reasons, one of them being the fact that I'm not currently in a rush to meet anybody or settle down. I don't know if I ever want to be a mother, or if I don't. I do not have any strong opinions currently at this current phase of life either direction, but I'm very hyper aware of the biological clock, and I just don't want to be pressured into making any decisions with my life because of the timing that my body might have been born with. So I made the decision to go through this journey, and as somebody who really hates needles, like truly more than anybody else hates needles, and I mean, like, when I was younger, I remember we would go to the doctor's appointment, which was like my most dreaded place on earth, obviously. And every time I needed to get a vaccine or anything, I would be running around the place completely crying, trying to avoid getting the needle. Like, for all reasons, I have such a needle phobia, and I just have trauma with getting blood tests. I remember when I was a kid, they would have a really hard time finding my vein, so I was just getting, like, when it's in and they keep poking it, and like I just have such horror associated with like doctors and needles. So this whole thing was a really the most desensitization therapy I think I could have possibly have gone through. So making this for anybody else that might be so worried about needles, because if I could do it, you could do it. And I hope watching this process helps you feel a little bit more informed about making the decision whether you want to do it or you don't. So I hope you enjoy. This is all medication for egg freezing. My god, this box is so big. Let's do an egg freezing medication haul. I think this box was about $10,000, if that helps. Here are all of my syringes. Fun. This is the pen I'm going to be using to inject myself one of the shots. I believe this one needs to be refrigerated. Oh my god, these needles are scary. I have to use that, that's... I'm scared. There's alcohol pads. There's this thing to put the needles. This all feels real now. I'm so worried. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gel pack. These are all just gel packs. Refrigerate all of these. Oh my god, I'm scared. Tonight is the first night of the injections, and I'm so freaked out. I've been spiraling basically since the packages came last week, and this whole thing has been really stressful because I haven't known when I was going to start, which I didn't realize. But you basically wait till you get your period, and then you have to wait a couple of days after that, go in for a morning blood test and intravaginal ultrasound. Literally, I'm so bruised from this one blood test, and I'm gonna have to do this multiple times a week in the mornings now. So after I went to the appointment and they did the blood test is when I found out how I was going to have to dosage the 2 shots I have to do tonight. And I've just been watching the YouTube videos they sent. Like, literally, I'm having to figure out how to inject and mix medication. That's the other part I didn't realize. You have to mix medication. I feel like a chemist. I'm spiraling. I'm so scared. None of this has felt real until now, and I think up until now, I was kind of excited, maybe. Dare I say excited, like looking forward to it. Just because everyone said this is a very empowering process, etc. But I hate needles, okay? I don't think you guys understand. I hate needles. Like, again, this blood test, more than enough for me. Knowing I have to do multiple blood tests a week, I'm already spiraling about that, and then 2 shots, 3 shots a night. I would be lying if I said I didn't think about backing out, but it's too far. I have $10,000 worth of medication in my refrigerator, and we've come this far, so I just feel like I gotta see it through. What I'm telling myself, it's only temporary discomfort, and it will be for a lifetime of feeling like I took control over my own health and the well-being of my potential children. So I went to a meditation class this morning to try to... Today was also my last workout. Literally being at the gym today and knowing I'm not going to be able to work out for the next month. It's been a lot of feels. It's just been a lot of feels. I really try to keep myself distracted in preparation for having to do the shots tonight, and now I'm just spiraling. So let's pray it goes well. I survived my first night of shots. I think it took me over 30 minutes to figure out the mixing of the medication, the putting the needles in, and just the whole shindig. My bruise has gotten way worse. I've also started bruising like on my stomach now. I think this is where I injected the first one and this is where I injected the second one. I don't know why it's purple over here, but the needles themselves, like, there's just something so weird about watching yourself inject a needle into your body. I've just never done such a thing. When I go to get a blood test, even when they've done these, I always look away. So it was really hard to like have to look and have to like watch it go in. But the Menopur is the one that I was the most scared about, the needle, but the needle part of that didn't hurt, but the medication itself burned. And when people explained this, I had heard somebody say that, but I didn't really know what that meant until it was literally happening. As the medication is going in, you literally feel like fire is being injected into your stomach. So I'm really dreading that and having to do that again tonight. But I'm really proud of myself for doing it, honestly. I went bike riding today, which I don't think I'm really supposed to do because you're not really supposed to be working out. But I don't know. Side effects wise, I felt like I was randomly getting like a really quick heart rate last night. Just like standing still, I felt like I could feel my heart beating very fast, which was scary. And then I think today after the bike ride, I just felt a little bit aware of my ovary, the side that I had injected it in, which was interesting. So we'll see. I'm not having any crazy mood swings or bloating quite yet, so I will keep you updated, and we have 2 more shots to do tonight. Good morning. I am on my way to my second morning monitoring, and today is day 4 of the shots. Last night I almost passed out, so I'm a little worried about tonight, but it's fine. Update. Today they told me that I need to start now taking 3 shots. So this is Fostim. This is Menopur. This is the one that burns like acid going into your body. This little cute one is the new one, and I think this is to make me stop ovulating because apparently I'm responding well to the medication. I was not expecting to start having to take 3 on day 4. So there's like a whole week where I have to take 3. I'm really dreading it, honestly. I'm just hoping I don't pass out tonight. One of my friends was just asking me about how it's going so far, and honestly, I'm really proud of myself. I think this whole thing has made me so proud of myself. I would have never have thought I would be capable of giving myself 1 injection, let alone 3. And it feels so good to have taken control and power over my own health and my future, and we're on day 5. I think in some ways it's flying by. I think before I know it, this will all be over, honestly, and it's weird to think that it's been almost a week since I started all these injections. On my way to another morning monitoring, blood test, and ultrasound. I feel like the side effects are catching up to me. I'm starting to feel so bloated. I guess technically it started yesterday, but I'm also feeling so drained. Like I'm waking up tired. And I'm like, damn, it's like 7 a.m. and I'm already tired and I have so much to do. And then I have to stay awake till 11 to do the injections again. I'm over it. I hate thinking that there might be a whole week of this left. That went so bad. The nurse really... I can't tell, like, the hormones must be hitting because there's no reason I should still be crying about this. But worst morning monitoring day yet. I was gonna go into the office, but I literally couldn't go into the office because I look like this, and I just feel like the hormones and the side effects are catching up to me. So I emailed my manager and I was like, I'm gonna be MIA today, and I literally cannot fathom being on meetings while I feel such garbage. I can't believe this is only day 6. I don't even know. I just want this to be done. While they were doing the ultrasound, she started talking about like the trigger shot might be coming, which is I think like the last day or the second to last day. So I'm hopeful this is coming to an end soon, preferably before the end of this weekend. I just feel like it's gonna keep getting worse, and I don't want to go into more of these next week. So fingers crossed that I get an email today saying we're almost done, and I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the day because I feel like absolute garbage. Bruise update. I came to tan to feel better. This is the first time I have 2 morning monitorings back to back. I'm really dreading it because yesterday was very traumatizing and I have a 9 a.m. meeting. So I'm hoping they don't keep me in the waiting room for 45 minutes again. Really don't want to be doing this again. I fear I might have to go in tomorrow as well. So it's just getting worse. I got the same nurse that bruised me last time, so I'm hoping it didn't do again, but it really hurts, so we will see.
I just got home from work and I felt so uncomfortable that I literally got off the train and Ubered a few blocks because I literally cannot fathom walking because I feel like I am 6 months pregnant. I can't believe my stomach is coming out to over here. The bruises are getting worse. I just want this to be done. I want to say the first 4 days there weren't really any side effects, but I think now that it's been almost a week, I feel so drained. I wake up exhausted all day. I feel like I'm slugging around. I feel depressed, like the world seems so unbearable. Yesterday I cried for hours after a bad appointment that like I think otherwise wouldn't have bothered me. I feel irritable. I don't feel as crazy as I thought I would externally, but I think internally the world just feels very depressing. It's how I normally feel leading up to my periods. It's just annoying because I felt that way leading up to my period, and then I got my period and I started this, and I feel like the 2 weeks that I normally get of peace and happiness when I'm leading up to my ovulation normally has been spent just feeling terrible. So as a hormonally imbalanced girly that like really looks forward to those 2 weeks to feel like a sane person, it just feels hard not having that, and to feel like I've just been bloated endlessly. My skin has been going crazy. My hair is falling out. I feel like my hair's been falling out a lot, but because my skin was going crazy and my hair was falling out the couple weeks leading up to this, I don't think it's this, but I'm getting concerned because I feel like I'm losing a lot of hair. Last night I had a nightmare that like my hair was coming out in chunks. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is I want this to be over. They emailed me today saying that tomorrow might be my trigger shot, but that means I have to go in again tomorrow morning, and nothing really ruins your Saturday, quite like having to wake up early to go do blood tests. So maybe hopefully tomorrow is the last day of shots, but their trigger shots are 2 shots. And based on my ChatGPT research, I think that means I have to do 5 shots tomorrow because you have to do them in addition to the 3 shots you're already taking. And that literally makes me want to jump out the window. So I'm really hating this. Monday is like a big work day. I had a swamped work day. It's really annoying the fact that this is going to be on a Monday. But luckily everyone at work has been really understanding, and I'm really grateful for my manager. I just want this to be over. Like literally I wish I could do the egg retrieval tomorrow. Just get these out. I'm kind of starting to get nervous about like being put out, but I'm just manifesting it's all gonna be fine. I genuinely just want this to be over, and I just want to go back to feeling like a normal person that isn't like waddling around depressed and exhausted. Like I just want to move around comfortably again in my own body. It feels really weird being so uncomfortable in my own body, and I'm just looking forward to having a life again. I just woke up from like a 3-hour nap to shower to do these shots. I have been so tired. I don't know if I've ever felt uglier in my life. My skin is going crazy, and I'm finding hair everywhere. It's on the decline. I need these hormones to stop. I don't know if it's the hormones, I don't know if it's a PCOS, I don't know if it's both. I really can't even be bothered. I'm wearing the same shirt I wore yesterday. I'm really trying to be outside, inside. If it was up to me, I would not even be stepping foot outside today, because I feel like I do not want to be seen. But last day of morning monitoring, hopefully. Please let it be the last day. Please, God. Please let today be the last day of the shots. I just want this to be over. Please let this be over. It's been a week. This has been such a draining week. I'm drained. I'm leaving. Maybe I'll pick up a coffee. I don't know. I feel a little less uncomfortable and bloated than I did yesterday when I was coming back from work. So potentially I might walk, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be outside. One down. I'm done. Hallelujah. Dear God, let me never have to go through this shit again, please. Okay, jumping in to add some tips and advice of what helps me and what my friends had said about making this process a little bit easier. Drink a lot of water, obviously, so much water. I got and bought electrolytes. You're giving so much blood and your body's going through so much. Just make sure you're drinking a ton of water. It'll make the blood test easier. 2, get an ice bag or have some kind of frozen something in your freezer that you could grab to put over where you're going to be doing the shot, like 10 minutes or so before you do the actual shot. 3, lay down. Literally lay down. That helped me so much. I did almost all of my shots laying down. I think I did one standing, and that day is the day I almost passed out, and it was so scary because I was like, I live by myself, and if I pass out, like, nobody would even know. So I never did any standing shots after that. Make sure you are laying down. Next, find some music or a show or something you could put on. Have a little ritual for yourself in the mornings when you're going to do the blood test and the ultrasounds, but also at night when you're doing the shots. In the mornings, I ended up like wanting to wake up to music and like give myself ample time to get ready and like mentally prepare, stop by my little coffee shop, and then go to the ultrasound and blood test, like wearing as comfy as clothes as I felt like I needed to at that time. At night, I would like watch Love Island to kind of distract myself leading up to the shots, and then I would put on Thames or Brent Faiyaz, and I would always have that music kind of in the background once I started doing the shots, and it just became like my little ritual that as a routine person helped me feel more in control of this whole process. I don't know, maybe just a Virgo rising. For me, I really told everybody about this. I told everybody at work, I told all of my friends. I've been like very casual oversharing about the fact that I was going through this because I don't think it should be taboo for women to go through this. I think if anything, women should be celebrated for going through something so hard. But I let everybody know because I had heard you get super hormonal, and I know for me that actually ended up manifesting and getting really depressed. But I just wanted everyone to know to give me a little bit more grace in case I was off, and I ended up taking off randomly that Thursday when that appointment went bad, and I just felt this overwhelming sadness that I couldn't explain. And I just like knew I wouldn't be my best self if I were to try to show up to meetings. So my manager knew and obviously understood when I needed to take time off. Same with the retrieval. I didn't know I was gonna have to do the Monday retrieval until like that Friday. And we had a big Monday meeting offsite thing that I ended up missing because of the retrieval, and they were so understanding about it. So if you feel comfortable, tell people at work just so people could support you and your friends know, and you have a village that's there for you however you end up. Hopefully the last one. Fucking over it. I don't know if my acne has ever been so bad in my life, which says a lot because I feel like my acne is pretty bad often. I feel like I have anxiety for no reason. Like, I don't really have a cause to be feeling anxious, but I feel this heavy weight on my chest, which I could only assume is some kind of side effect from this medication. It's crazy to think that, like, these eggs that are inside my body right now are potentially could be my future children one day. So I'm just grateful for this experience, because this might be the reason I end up being able to have children one day if I so choose. And I've really done everything I can in this week to try to maximize the health of these babies. And honestly, I've behaved as if I was pregnant, kind of, as much as I could. So I hope my future children, if they end up happening, know that I went through hell, and that this whole thing has been so intentional. And obviously, if I choose to have them from these eggs, they would know that they were so wanted for me to have to go through this super invasive, extensive process to have them. I'm just praying that tomorrow the egg retrieval goes smoothly and successfully and as seamlessly as humanly possible. I pray that they get so many good eggs and high quality eggs, and this whole process goes well. I pray that I'm safe and healthy coming out of being under general anesthesia, and that my body has a seamless time trying to recover from being poked and prodded and coming down from all of these hormones. I'm just praying for the best. I'm praying to be protected by all my angels during this process, and I'm really excited thinking about the fact that this whole thing might be over soon. Today's the day. I'm kind of nervous because I feel myself having less eggs. And I don't know if I just feel that way because I'm not pumped full of hormones, but my whole being feels like this retrieval should have been yesterday. But I hope this is the last time I'm ever going up in this elevator.
Yeah. You did great. We got 22 eggs.
I am in full body era until further notice. I'm celebrating my babies with Love Island and sushi. Okay, I'm back. So my retrieval was on Monday. They told me that they got 22 eggs, and she said the average is 10, so 22 is a good number. I still felt a little bit disappointed because when they started the process and before I had done any shots, when they counted my follicles, I had about 39. So to know that half of them didn't make it through the retrieval was just a lower number than I was expecting. They emailed me the next day after the embryologist, I don't know what the word is, had gone and examined all the eggs. They were able to freeze 17 of them because that's how many were mature. So again, I really didn't want to psych myself out into looking into what average numbers were and like what numbers would be a good number and what number to expect. But in the email where she told me that they got 17, she said it could take more than 10 to have a single successful embryo. So just putting that out there, because I think it's just such a crazy thing to put your body through in the hopes that maybe potentially you could have one pregnancy. Like, this is a very taxing process and this is a very expensive process. I'm so blessed that I had good insurance through work, and I'm grateful that I was able to do it this while I was younger, which is something they kept telling me the whole time I was going through this journey.
And I think something that helped me only be able to do the shots for a week instead of 2. I cannot fathom how women do it for 2 weeks. But to go through all of this, to have done it so early, to have had like so many eggs and so many follicles, and to know that even still, I would be lucky to have one pregnancy from this if I were to ever choose to try to use these, is so insane. And genuinely, I just want justice for women, and I am praying for all women that have ever gone through this whole process, or any of the ones that will go on to do this process, because women are so badass, and I cannot believe that women go through this cycle multiple times. This whole thing has really been empowering in a way that it showed me I was doing something that I would have never have thought I was capable of. I would have never have thought I would be capable of injecting myself with needles, let alone multiple needles, multiple nights. I would have never known I could do that, and to now have done it, looking back, I feel so much more proud of myself, so much more empowered within myself, and just have such deeper love for myself having have gone through this now. So yeah, I think women have to go through too much, genuinely, on every level, and it's just really sad to think that it could take more than 10 eggs to have one pregnancy. So take that with what you will. Do your research. This is a decision that is so personal to you, and whatever you decide to do, I'm proud of you for making that intentional decision for your body and for your health. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and we'll be returning to normal content, travel content, hopefully soon, because this was a bit too serious. But I'm really glad to have been with you guys on this journey. All right, bye.